see the titles. Tia Mowry wants her ex back, baby. She want Cory back, but they're saying allegedly Cory is saying hell to the no. So listen, I was worried there for a second because there were people who were speculating allegedly that Cory was open to reconciling, but from what we're hearing, Cory is not. Cory is good with the co-parenting situation from what we're hearing, and he does not want to dive back into that. And it makes sense to us. This idea, when people talk about marriage, and especially marriages that are public, people who are public figures or people who are celebrities, when you see a couple together, they're not supposed to display their dysfunction or issues that they have in a marriage. That's supposed to be between the two of them. And I think a lot of people get it twisted when they're thinking that you're supposed to come out in public and just show all your grievances and expose what's going on in you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to come out in a way that looks good to the public. And I think misconstrue that and make it seem like, oh, they're fronting and they're putting on this happy image of a happy marriage when it's turmoil and it's all destroyed. What do you want people to do? Just because they're married, you mean they're supposed to come out and fight like cats and dogs to show y'all that they have disagreements or show y'all that there's something going on? No, that is supposed to be kept privately. That's supposed to be between the two of you, not the whole world. And this is why I think it's important for everybody to not put your entire existence of what goes on in your family life on social media, because it could be very disruptive and it could definitely destroy a relationship. So you shouldn't put your issues, your personal issues and grievances with your family and your marriage on public display, because I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. And so that's what Tia, in my opinion, did when it came to her divorce. This is not something she should have put out there, in my opinion, because it's backfiring. And everybody didn't need to know what was going on, because people already speculate and people already gonna come up with their own conclusions without even having any information. So why would you give them more to go with, as opposed to keeping that private, especially when you have children? So y'all already know how I feel about this. Tia went on this journey, this celebration and a graduation, and it's such a journey, and it was great, and she had kids with him, and that was it. She was done with him, and she was moving on because she needed to explore. She needed to find herself. She needed to see what was on the other side, because she had been with Cory since she was in her 20s, and that's all she ever known when it comes to riding the CCs. So she felt like she needed to get out and explore herself and figure out what it is that she wants, and didn't realize what she was leaving behind, didn't realize the mistake that she was making, in my opinion, didn't realize how detrimental this would be to her livelihood and the very thing that she's chasing, her happiness. And I think a lot of women think that when they're married, it becomes mundane and they become unhappy, and they listen to their single friends and think that it's so much happier over there, when a lot of times those single friends are trying to get what you have, and they don't realize what they have until it's gone. So you make a hasty decision, like leaving your husband, breaking up your family, thinking that you're going to still find love in the way that you want it, and think you're going to find somebody who's miraculously going to give you all the happiness in the world, something that you didn't believe that you was getting from your own marriage. And this is why I say women make mistakes based off of their emotions and their feelings, and it's not really the best choices to make. So I wouldn't be surprised if she is trying to get back with Cory, because Cory was probably the best thing that ever happened to her relationship wise. He married her, they married young. He was there. The man said he was not cheating on his wife, because they were trying to pull that card and say, oh, I bet he cheated, I bet he did this. They automatically go to the man and assume that the man is the one who's messing up, and that wasn't the case. And of course, every relationship or marriage go through things, but you're supposed to work it out. But they're allegedly saying that she is now looking for therapy. Why do you want to do therapy after you make this hasty decision and not think it through? Because it doesn't appear to be anything majorly that Cory did that was wrong. And for whatever reason she made the choice, which we do see now, it's clear. She was on a journey. She was a celebration and a graduation. And at the end of the graduation, it's a celebration and you get a diploma and you're supposed to be happy. So I guess the children, they're the diploma that you got from this graduation. And now you can go on and do what? Find what? You know what I mean? Everybody in them comments, the people who were applauding her at first were the same ones who came back and told her, girl, ain't nothing out here in these streets. Girl, you better go get Cory back because Cory's looking very handsome. He didn't cheat on you, girl. What, what was going on? Why would you leave Cory? Cory looking good. His career is thriving now. And you left him at a time that was really, you shouldn't have, left him in the first place, but you left him at a time that was not optimal. She get out here, she start dating and realizes that there ain't nothing out here. The people tell her, girl, go back to your man. And they're allegedly saying that's what she's trying to do. But Cory say, no, it's good. I'm good. And see, this is where it's all, I said it before. This is where it all start taking a turn and a twist. And that very celebration and a graduation and this journey to find myself and my happiness. It's all about my happiness, my happiness, my happiness. I want to be happy. Me, 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 me. And you're not thinking about the overall picture, see? It's all about you and what you want. And you need somebody to make you happy 24/7. And then you realize what you had wasn't so bad. Because now you're out here looking for something else and you can't find it. And you realize what you're looking for is not as good as what you had. Now, I will say this, and this is something people like to keep pushing out there, the fact that it was a financial strain. There was a financial strain on the relationship. Both of them were acting together. They met on a set of a movie or a show or something. Of course, Tia and Tamara, they were Tamara, they were child stars. And clearly, in the beginning, she, was a star and she probably made more money than he did. But this is why I say, for some reason, when it comes to women who are successful, they always focused on the money aspect. I just think that that's the wrong way to go about it, honestly. Y'all know how I feel about that. Okay, he was working. He was struggling just like there are a lot of struggling actors. She started young as a child star. He wasn't, but he was in the business for a long time. Anybody who's in that business knows that, it's a 50-50 chance you'll make it or you won't. But he stuck to it. He worked and he worked hard. And, she chose to marry him, and I'm pretty sure not because of the money, because she obviously married him and was making more at the time, but he's still working. Cory was always working. He may not have made the money that she made because she was already a child star, but he was working and he was pushing ahead. He wasn't sitting back from what we could see. I've seen Cory in several movies, a lot of movies before before this point to where now he's actually being recognized and he's getting paid for his work, and really starting to see the benefits of his hard work. This man has been putting in the time and the energy to move forward and to progress. But if it's not happening in the time frame that these women think it should, they ready to leave. And honestly, I don't think personally that she left him strictly because of that. I don't think she left him strictly because of, him making less money. I think it was really what she said it was. She felt like he was her first and, she hadn't experienced other men or she don't know what else is out there. And she was curious. And the only way she could do that is by divorcing him. So her curiosity is what caused her to leave her husband, in my opinion, to go out there to try to see what else is out there. This is how a lot of women think. They anything that is going wrong in a marriage, which marriages and relationships go through things, was the opportunity for her to say, you know what, there might be better. And for women want to go until they can get the best possible option. Sort of like the husband store, and the wife store, the husband store. Remember we did that. We talked about that, where women will keep going, even though if there are good things there, why stop there? They're going to keep going till they get something that resembles perfection. They're going to keep going till they find something that is damn near perfect, just to realize that doesn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. And so that's how they think. And so when you keep going, what happened in the husband store, you get to the last floor thinking that you're going to get perfection. And guess what? There is nothing there. That's just like hitting a wall. You get to a certain age and you realize your options are few. Your options go down as you get older. They don't go up. And this is what they're having an issue with, because now reality sets in. Dang. When I was in my 20s, I was in my prime. I was looking good. I had men coming after me and I had all these options. But at the time, you played the field. You didn't want to pick any of the options. You want to keep your options open, and you keep your options open too long till you run out of them. And that's the thing that they didn't calculate. You didn't calculate the fact that you were going to run out of options. You thought they were going to be endless because you are a woman and you have a vagina. You thought that, just men, if you were attractive young, you'll be just as attractive as you get older, and your options are still going to be, limitless. And you're just going to be able to get whoever you want, whenever you want. You're going to still have the pick of the litter when you're 40, right? And so whatever man you want, you're going to be able to get. And that's not happening. They think they can do better, So it's always this idea of, I'm the best that he could ever get. Because they overestimate themselves and they see themselves as better, thinking, I'm better than him because I make more money than him, right? So they assume they're better, and they assume based on their money that they could get whoever they want, and he's lucky to have them, right? That's always pretty much the notion for a lot of women in these positions. They think, I'm the best thing he'll ever get, so he needs to be happy to be with me, right? And so they walk around thinking that, not necessarily saying it, but thinking that and believing that. So when they decide, I'm done with this, I'm going to actually do better. And when they get out there and they realize, snap, I'm not really getting the outcomes I thought. The moment you do that, I don't know, the universe just works that way. The moment you do that, this man talked about how he cried himself to sleep and how he was so distraught of her leaving and breaking up the family. But that's minimized. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about the feelings of a man, right? Or whatever, get over it, whatever. And while everybody, the sisterhood is acknowledging that, yes, she could do so much better than him. He was a bum. She making the money. I saw so many videos talking about that. He was a bum and she could do better. And she gets out here and she's not really doing better. And the moment she does that, he starts to thrive. Work start picking up. He's out here. He's, getting these deals with Tyler Perry, talking about, Tyler paid him the money that he deserved. And now he has other movies in the works. He signed deals and things of that nature. All of a sudden he starts to, just when she walks away, he starts to thrive even more. And now this is where they looking like, well, dang, I thought when I left him, he would crumble. He would fall apart. And he would just kind of fade, and you're just going to continue to grow and do so much better. And it typically doesn't happen that way. And I think once that happens, you see it, and then it's like, then you start to rethink your choices. Like, oh, snap, did I make a mistake? Should I have left? Why is it that when I left, he's all of a sudden doing better? And they start to think about it. And now what you thought was going to happen didn't happen. The universe really works in mysterious ways. And, I personally don't think that he should take her back. And I mean, from what we're hearing, he's not trying to do it. And she's going to have to, figure this out on her own.